Hey everybody, it's Brad at Deutz Brothers LLC out in Versailles, Ohio. Going to do another walk around video followed by an operational video on this 1989 Deutz Allis 7085 tractor that came in and we're putting up for sale. Like always, I'll walk around, I'll talk about the features and functions, I'll get up close to everything, show you everything I see, talk about anything that I know. Then of course we'll fire it up, kind of run it through its paces, show you the 3-point and the PTO, drive it forward, hit the brakes, show you they work strong, let you hear the engine, show you that it turns strong. As always, if you were in the market for a used tractor, a used piece of ag equipment, or a used piece of construction equipment, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Your likes and subscriptions help other people who are looking for equipment find our video and find our machines, and we truly do appreciate it. All right, like I said, this one is a 1989 Deutz Allis 7085 cab, heat, air. It is 4-wheel drive, 20 forward and 5 reverse gears, 3 rear remotes, 540 and 1000 PTO, cast centers with Spinout rims. It's got a radio, 18/4/34 rear tires, extendable 3-point arms, showing 636 hours. So here in a little bit, like I said, we'll fire it up and we'll let you hear the engine. But for now, I'm gonna get up close and show you everything, show you the condition. As you'll see here, a few scuffs up here on the hood, but this green paint is very bright. Couple scratches here, very reflective. Decals are still pretty good. They are starting to peel a little bit, as you'll see, just right around the outer edges in some spots. Nothing I wouldn't expect on a tractor of this era. Very bright green paint though, especially for the age. Same thing here. There's a few light scratches here and here, some little scuffs there, but you can see how reflective that is. Looking at the front tire on this side, as you can see there, nice and deep tread bars, basically 2 fingers worth there. A little bit of weather checking starting in there, but not bad. Nothing I wouldn't expect for a tractor of this era. And looking at the side of the sidewalls here, kind of hard. I'm casting a little bit of shadow. There is a little bit of weather checking starting in there. I don't know how well you guys can see it. It's real faint, but there is some weather checking there. Same thing down here, there on those sidewalls. Taking a little step back, looking at the front rim on this side, that silver paint is actually pretty good. You'll see it's starting to peel in a few spots there in that center dish. And then there's some small little dings around the outer edge. Nothing I wouldn't expect on a used tractor, but honestly pretty good for the era. Coming around back here, looking at this fender on this side, nice and straight there, no huge dents or dings. Again, a few little scuffs here and there in the green paint. This decal's starting to peel a little bit there, just showing its age, but otherwise very good. This black plastic's still pretty darn good. Lenses are good there. Same thing back here in this back corner. Those lenses are good. Looking up underneath the fender on this side, you can see just a little bit of that green paint flaking underneath here. Just again, it is an 89 model tractor, so just showing its age there, but that dark gray or black in here is very good there. You can see just how reflective it is. Still very nice. Looking at the rear tires, as you can see there, very deep tread bars. Again, just a little bit of weather checking starting in here. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but there's a little bit up here, mainly in that midsection. Down here on the sidewalls of the rear tire on this side, not seeing as much on the sidewalls of this back tire like I was on that front tire. And then taking a little step back, looking at the rear rim on this side. Again, cast centers, Spinout rims. That silver's pretty darn good. There's some paint chipping in some spots here and there. Again, down here on the outer edge of the rim, you'll see there's some chips there. Nothing huge, no huge dents or dings in that outer layer of that rim, just some of that paint flaking off, just showing its age. Coming around to the back, like we said, expandable 3-point arms. Words are hard today. Drawbar looks good. Again, my camera is trying to be too smart here and readjust the angle for me. 540 and 1000 shaft. We'll fire that up here in a little bit and we'll turn that on. You'll be able to see that 540 shaft turning. Still got the shield on the 1000 shaft. 3 rear remotes back here. Everything else looks really good back here on this rear end. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Up in here, kind of, know it's a little hard with the shade the way it is, the sun. But very clean in here, as you would expect. Inside of this fender looks good. Same thing over here. Coming around to this side, the lenses look good. Again, this decal is starting to flake just around the outer edges there, but that green's really good. Looking at the fender on this side. Overall, very, very straight. Again, up underneath here, you'll see there are some spots where the paint's starting to flake off. Again, in here, very, very reflective there. Looking at the rear tire on this side, again, nice deep tread bars there. I don't know how well you can see it, but there is a little bit of weather checking starting in here on this rear tire on this side as well. And then taking a little step back, looking at the sidewall again. There is a little bit more on this rear tire than I saw on the other side. You can kind of see there's some weather checking starting across here. Looking at the rear rim on this side, matches up really well to the other side. Again, just some of that silver starting to flake off. You see some spots where there's paint flaking off. There's a few little chips here and there, just small little dings in that outer edge, but nothing major. No huge dings to that outer edge here. This plastic's good on this side as well. Lenses are good. Again, down here, very, very reflective there. Toolbox. Looking at the front tire on this side, again, you can see matches up really well to the other side as far as tread depth goes. And I don't know how well you guys can see it in here, but there is a little bit of weather checking starting in there. Not awful, but there's definitely a little bit in there. Looking at the sidewall on this front tire, not really seeing as much in that sidewall here. I know it's kind of hard there with that sun coming through the way it is. Then taking a little step back, looking at the front rim on this side. Again, that silver paint's pretty good. You can see some spots where it is flaking around that center section. Again, just some chips and little dings on this outer edge of the rim here. Nothing I wouldn't expect for a 89 model tractor. And then looking at the sheet metal on this side, you can see just a little bit of, couple spots there with some little bit of surface rust starting where there's some paint chipped off here on this top portion. A couple spots right there. But then as you'll see here, very, very reflective there. Some white speckles, almost looks like a white overspray. Just a few little speckles here and a couple down here. Like it sat next to something that got painted white, and there's just some real small speckles here, just right here. But there you can see just how reflective that paint is. There's a couple of scuffs here, a couple scuffs here. You can see almost, actually these are light scratches there. They're a little deeper than a scuff. Again, a couple little small paint chips down there. Just trying to show you everything that I'm seeing. But for an 89 model tractor, it's very, very clean. Top of that hood, same thing there. Up here in the front nose, very, very straight there. Same thing down here. A few scuffs and scratches there, but we'll go over to the side, take a look at the side of the engine. Looking down here, as you can see, the side of the block is dry. There's a little tiny little bit of moisture right there. And you can see it doesn't really come off on my finger, but there's just a little moisture. I don't know exactly what that is, but otherwise very clean there. That's all just kind of dirt and grease there. That's not moisture there. Just that one little spot. Back here, everything looks good. I'll say it with any used machine. I'm sure if we go over it with a fine-tooth comb, there's going to be a seep or two somewhere. It is an 89 model tractor. But I'll go slow here so you can kind of see everything. Back side of that front axle, everything looks good there. We'll go over to the other side. Again, on the side of the block here, it seems to be nice and dry. A little bit of dirt in some spots here, as you can see. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Back side of that front axle looks good. Take a look at the cab, the interior, up top there on the cab. That light over there, that lens is kind of starting to fall out. You can see a little bit that plastic lens. I don't know, there's probably like a little O-ring that's supposed to hold those in. That one's probably getting a little flimsy. Just getting hard over time, not holding in, but everything else up around the top looks good there. Just a couple little scuffs and scratches. No huge dents or dings there that I'm seeing on this side. Same thing there in that back. Everything looks pretty square there. I know this side's a little harder to see because of the sun the way it is, but everything looks pretty darn straight there as well. All the glass seems good. I'm not seeing any cracks or spider webbing there in any of that glass. Steps look good. Here where you step up into it, still has almost, let's call it 90% of the black paint here on this metal piece that holds the floor mat down. Just a little bit of that paint wore off there. Not really seeing any cuts or tears here in this floor mat. These have these really deep knobs in this rubber floor mat. They're still really good here. Looking at that clutch pedal, as you'll see here, shows really almost no wear. I mean, it still has almost all the paint there. Those little knobs are still very, very deep. Same thing up here. Looking at that seat. Seat's good. That lower cushion's good. I don't see any cuts or tears there. Same thing with the backrest and the headrest. I'm not seeing any cuts or tears there. Armrests are good on both sides. Everything's clean down here. Operator's manual. At the time of this video, the AC is still blowing cold. This like dark blue interior is very, very clean, as you can see here. Not sagging down or anything like that. Looks really good. This plastic up here is all still really good. Nothing's cracked there that I'm seeing. Looking up here at our dash, steering wheel's good. All of our gauges are very legible. Like I said, showing 636 hours. All your buttons are still legible. A little dusty there, but everything looks good there. Your HVAC. Looking over, it's got a radio. The radio does work. Actually, I'll
For prices on over 1,000 items.
There you can hear the radio in the background.
Shoppers, you never compromise. Kroger.
Looking at the headliner here, just a few small little dirt stains here and there, but honestly, for an 89 model tractor, very, very clean. Everything looks really good there. I'll try to go slow here and tilt this back. You can see just pretty doggone nice for an older tractor. All the stuff on your gear shift lever is still very, very legible. Brake pedals still look really, really good, as they should. Throttle pedal still looks really good. A little bit of dust and dirt in here. Nothing out of the ordinary for a 89 model tractor. That door shock still works like it's supposed to. Alright, like I said, it's a Deutz Allis 7085, 85 PTO horsepower. Lots of photos on our website. That's listed down below in the description. If you have any questions, comment down below. We'll try to answer them for you. We'll fire it up and get right into an operational video.